Lebanon, more forced evacuation orders have been issued. The Israeli military has told people in around 100 towns and villages in the south to leave their homes, directing them to move north of the Zahrani River. That's about 40 kilometers north of the Israeli border. It means the evacuation zone now extends from the Litani to the Zahrani rivers. The Norwegian Refugee Council says the orders cover more than 1,400 square kilometers, about 14% of Lebanon's territory. And as Israel's attacks on Lebanon increase, so does the death toll. The Lebanese Health Ministry says that Israeli strikes killed 4 people and injured 8 in the southern town of Saksakia. And Israeli forces carried out strikes in the nearby town of Salafand. The ministry estimates that more than 1,100 people have been killed in the conflict since March 2nd. Al Jazeera's Obaida Hitto is live for us in Tyre in southern Lebanon. Before we get to the situation there in southern Lebanon, Israel has just issued new evacuation orders for Tyre, a suburb in southern Beirut. Tell us more about that.
Interestingly, those warnings came after an initial strike on the Tyre, or known as the southern suburbs in the capital, Beirut. And there are reports of low-flying jets also above the capital. The Israelis are saying that they're targeting Hezbollah military and financial infrastructure in the southern suburb. But those attacks are causing an unknown amount of human suffering. Tens of thousands of people were displaced from the southern suburbs since the initial warnings were issued, and since then there have been repeated attacks on this very densely packed neighborhood or series of neighborhoods in the southern suburbs of Beirut. There are also reports now of a warning strike, I should say, by Israelis on a gas station near the Iranian embassy outside of the capital, Beirut, as well. And so the situation in the capital continues to intensify. Israel says that it's targeting Iran and Iran-backed militia groups and their assets in the capital, which is causing extreme tension for the population there, thinking that they're going to leave the southern parts of the country and go towards the capital where it might be safe. But that's clear now that it's not actually safe from being targeted by Israel.
And Obaida, what's the latest from southern Lebanon, where yet another forced evacuation order has been issued in the last few hours?
Absolutely. In Sidon, there were strikes following an evacuation order in the town of Sejda. There are also reports of attacks across the southern sector. I've just received a report before going on air with you that a woman was killed in an attack in the Biqa Valley in a village called the Bazalia. There are also ongoing battles behind me and the Naqoura front. This is the most western front in the south of Lebanon near the Mediterranean Sea. Throughout the morning, there have been exchanges of fire between Israeli forces and Hezbollah along the coastline here in the town of Bayada and several other towns that are after Naqoura. And those strikes continue with ongoing aircrafts in the air as well as drone flights above. So the situation in the south continues to escalate, leaving tens of thousands of people with a very difficult decision to make, whether to stay here in their homes and in their communities or to try and make their way north past the Litani River. But even that might not be enough for them to get to safety based on what we're seeing today, the expansion of Israeli strikes north of the Litani River in the Nabatea region, as well as west towards Sidon.
Al Jazeera's Obaida Hitto reporting live from Tyre in southern Lebanon. Many thanks, Obaida.